So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix channel. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared engineering services examination 2 times from electronics and telecommunication branch, both times in double digit rank. In 2014 my rank was 98 and in 2015 my rank was 25th. I have served as a group A gastro officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. So most of you must have been following me on the Creatrix channel for electromagnetic field theory. So if you are a seeker of a free education, this is the channel for you, and you must understand that all these free initiatives is coming your way because of the Unacademy. So Unacademy is the revolution in the field of the free education and the affordable education. So how can you access those free courses? So if you want to access the free courses, you must immediately subscribe this channel, Creatrix channel, because all the top educators of the country is providing the free course on this channel. And that free course is absolutely brilliant in content, that is systematic, that is organized, and that is complete. So complete playlist you will be getting of a particular subject. You can develop the concept, you can gain confidence. More than that, you can love the subject. So immediately subscribe this channel. Secondly, if you want to access more free content, then you must immediately download the Unacademy Learners app, because on the Unacademy Learners app, top educators of the country are conducting the free special classes. In that free special classes, you can get topic wise clarity of a particular concept. And do not forget to follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. So you can also access the courses. So you must have two things. First is your YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, Creatrix YouTube channel, must be subscribed. Secondly, you must understand that you should have the Unacademy Learning app. That is must for you in order to crack the examination. So these are the parts of the free education. And if you want to organize your content well, if you want more comprehensive manner, if you want other advantages of the Unacademy, then what are the other initiatives that is running by the Unacademy? So another initiative that is running by the Unacademy is Unacademy Plus. So on the Unacademy Plus, this is very affordable for those who actually want to take their preparation to the next level. So आपको Unacademy Plus में क्या क्या मिलेगा? You will be getting the live classes on a fixed time, so that you can get more disciplined, you can get more organized, and you have something in your mind that at this particular time my classes are going to run. Apart from that, you will get free test series designed by the educator itself. So gone those times when we have lot of errors in the test series, we do not have the discussions of the test series. So there the test series will be conducted by the educators. They themselves will be discussing the solutions of that particular thing. So you can imagine that your preparation is going to the next level for this. Apart from that, those who have prepared themselves for the examination, so for them there are crash courses also available. Again the crash courses will going to help you in achieve good ranks. Those who have already achieved good ranks and want to improve their rank, for them there are rank improvement batches. More than that, you can also see that there are unlimited practice sessions. So what do you understand by unlimited practice session? Which means there will be various doubt solving sessions. Apart from the doubt solving sessions, there are weekly quizzes, and with the help of those weekly quizzes you can enhance your problem solving skills. So lot of unlimited doubt solving sessions, lot of quiz sessions, systematic content, structured content. You can download the PDF after the lectures, so you don't have to waste your time in order to making notes. You can utilize those times to practice the particular concepts, or you can use those times to just write down the formulas so that you can remember those formulas quickly. Apart from this plus subscription, there is also one subscription which is known as Iconic. So Iconic subscriptions are for them who actually do not have the self motivation but having the talent. So if they are having the talent and you do not have the self motivation, that how can I push myself to crack the examination, so in this Iconic subscription you will be assigned a personal coach. So this personal coach is going to be with you every time, and he will help you to achieve your dreams. You will get a study planner which will be customized for you. You will get the expert guidelines who have already topped the examination. They will be basically hand holding you to crack the examination. So if you think you are not self motivated, if you think you do not have the proper background to crack any particular competitive examination, so this Iconic subscription is must for you. This is going to help you. So if you want the free education, then YouTube channel and the special classes are must for you. And if you can afford a little bit, how much you should afford, that we'll discuss in a while. But if you can afford a little bit, you should come on to this Unacademy Plus. And more than that, if you want the expedited process in your preparation, आप जल्दी से एग्जाम निकालना चाहते हैं, जल्दी से अपनी गलतियां सुधारना चाहते हैं, so this Iconic subscription is for you. Then now let us start today's lecture, which is on the communication system. So now let us start the lecture.
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication system. So in this class, we will solve some problems of amplitude modulation. So before solving the problem, let me recall you a point that if I have to make spectrum of A cos omega ct, then we know that its Fourier transform can be written as pi a del of omega minus omega c plus pi a del of omega plus omega c, or x of f can be written as a by 2 del of f minus fc plus a by 2 del of f plus fc. Graphically, what I will relate here is whenever I have to draw the spectrum of AC cos omega ct or A cos omega ct in omega domain, I will draw two impulses, one at omega c, another one at minus omega c, and area of both the impulses will be pi AC. And we know that how to convert x omega into x of f. So we will recall that if I have to draw the spectrum of A cos omega ct, then I will draw two impulses, one at fc, one at minus fc, and area of both the impulses will be AC by 2. So this is the basic concept. This we have already studied so many times, but because we are starting to solve some problems, so I'm just giving you a brief idea how the spectrum was of cos omega ct. So let us try to solve few problems. So in the first question, first of all, let us read the statement. In the first question, a carrier signal is given as 10 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 6 volts, and it has been amplitude modulated by a message signal which is 6 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 40 volt. Now we have to calculate modulation index, carrier power, total power of AM, sideband power, modulation efficiency, frequency components present in modulated signal, upper side, lower side frequency, and we have to plot the spectrum. So basically we have to calculate all the parameters of AM. So before solving, let me identify that our carrier signal is written as AC cos 2 pi fct. In this particular question, carrier signal is given as 10 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 60. On comparison, you will get AC as 10 volt and FC as 2 into 10 to the power 6 Hertz, or you can write it as 2000 kilohertz. Similarly, the sinusoidal massive signal is written as AM cos 2 pi FMT. So when you will compare this M of t with 6 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 40, you will get AM as 6 volt and FM as 2 into 10 to the power 4 Hertz, or you can write it as 20 kilohertz. So we have calculated AC, AM, FC and FM. So these values we have calculated. So first of all, we need to calculate the modulation index. So we have seen that no information about Ka is given. Since no information about Ka is given, so we will use mu is equal to mod of MT max by AC. What is the maximum value of MT max? So the maximum value is AM. So it will become AM by AC. Value of AM is 6. Value of AC is 10. So modulation index comes out to be 0.6, and you can very clearly see that mu is less than 1. So it is the case of under modulation. Second parameter that we have to calculate is carrier power. So to calculate the carrier power, we need to calculate the mean square value of carrier signal, and the mean square value of carrier signal is AC square by 2. Value of AC is 10, so it becomes 10 square by 2 or 50 watt. This is also known as normalized carrier power, or the carrier power with respect to resistance 1. Now we have to calculate total AM power. So total AM power gives the mean square value of AM waveform it comes out to be Pc into 1 plus mu square by 2, because m of t is sinusoidal. When m of t is sinusoidal, you can use this particular formula. So we have already calculated Pc, it becomes 50, 1 plus zero point 0.6 square by 2. So from calculation, we get total power of AM as 59 watts. This is also known as normalized AM power or power of AM with respect to resistance 1. In fourth, we have to calculate the sideband power. So we know that total power of AM is distributed between carrier power and sidebands power. So total power I have calculated as 59, carrier power is 50. So from here you will get the sideband power, and the sideband power comes out to be 9 watts. We know that this sideband power is equally distributed between lower sideband and upper sideband, where the lower sideband power is always equal to upper sideband power, and it is nothing but power of total sideband power by 2. So you can write here 9 by 2 or 4.5 watt. Next we have to calculate the modulation efficiency. So the modulation efficiency is share of sideband power in total AM power. Sideband power was 9, total AM power was 59, and in percentage we can calculate 9 by 59 into 100%, and this comes out to be 15.25%. Similarly, you can also see that since m of t is single tone sinusoidal and value of mu is 0.6, so you can always use this formula mu square upon 2 plus mu square, which will be 0.6 square upon 2 plus 0.6 square. Here also if you will calculate the percentage, so it becomes 0.6 square upon 2 plus 0.6 square into 100%, and it comes out to be again 15.25%. So you can calculate modulation efficiency either by definition or by formula. Next it is asking to calculate frequency components present in modulated signal. So we know that the frequency component which are present in modulated signal is carrier frequency and side bands, which is Fc plus minus Fm. So from here you will get Fc plus Fm and Fc minus Fm. We have already compared and calculated Fc as 2000 kilohertz and Fm as 20 kilohertz. So the carrier frequency component becomes 2000 kilohertz. Fc plus Fm becomes 2000 K plus 20 K or 20 K, and it becomes 2000 K minus 20 K or 1980 K. So these are the frequency components which are present in the modulated signal. In this case, this particular frequency Fc plus Fm is known as upper side frequency, and this Fc minus Fm is known as lower side frequency. Now let me draw the spectrum. So before drawing the spectrum, I know that AC is equal to 10, AM is equal to 6. Your Fc is equal to 2000 K, Fc plus Fm is equal to 20 K, and Fc minus Fm is equal to 1980 K. So these are the different parameters which we have already been calculating. So we have to draw the spectrum. So let me draw the spectrum. This is the frequency domain version. Now there will be one component at Fc and it will have amplitude of AC by 2. Similarly, on the negative side for minus Fc, it will have area of AC by 2. So value of AC by 2 will become 5. Here also it will become 5. We will have one impulse at Fc plus Fm and strength of this impulse will be AC mu by 4. So you can calculate AC mu by 4. It comes out to be 10 into 0.6 by 4 or 1.5. So this value becomes 1.5. Similarly, one impulse will be present at Fc minus Fm of same area AC mu by 4 and this value becomes 1.5. And their equivalent negative representations will also be present. It will become minus Fc plus Fm, minus Fc minus Fm, and the amplitudes will be same AC mu by 4, AC mu by 4. So we directly should remember how to draw the spectrum. We need not always write the values of time domain version and taking its Fourier transform. In theory lectures we have already discussed that how to directly draw the diagram, and the basic purpose of the diagram we should remember that one impulse is present at Fc with area AC by 2 and two impulses are present at Fc plus minus Fm with area AC mu by 4. So here this value will also become 1.5, this will become 1.5. So the values which is written here, if I am assuming this axis in kilohertz, then this will become 2000, this will become 2020, it will become 1980. This frequency will become minus 1980, this will become minus 2000 and this will become minus 2020. So in this manner you can draw the spectrum. This particular component is known as carrier component and this is known as upper side frequency and this is known as lower side frequency. If someone would have asked me the bandwidth, we know that the bandwidth is nothing but 2 times maximum frequency component in the message signal, and maximum frequency component in single tone case is FM. FM in this particular case is 20k, so the bandwidth will always be 40 kilohertz. Here also you can calculate this particular band will represent the bandwidth, and the bandwidth here comes out to be 2020 minus 1980 kilohertz, or it comes out to be 40 kilohertz. So this was all about this particular question. Now let us discuss the next question. First of all, let us read this question. In this question, again the carrier signal is given as 10 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 60 and message signal is given as empty. In this particular case, the amplitude sensitivity of amplitude modulator is also given and the value is given as 0.125. Here also the antenna resistance is given as 15 ohm and we have to calculate all the parameters of AM signal. So first of all, in the solution part, I will write this carrier signal as AC cos 2 pi FCT. The carrier signal which is given in the problem is 10 cos 4 pi into 10 to the power 60. Upon comparison, you will get AC is equal to 10 volt and FC is equal to 2000 kilohertz. So this is the comparison of carrier signal. We know that the general expression of message signal in case of single tone sinusoidal signal become AM cos 2 pi FMT, or you can write it as 4 cos 2 pi into 10 to the power 3t. So upon comparison, AM will become 4 volt and this FM will become 2 kilohertz. Sorry, it will become 1 kilohertz. Now, So we have calculated this AC as 10 volt and FC as 2000 kilohertz, and here AM is 4 volt and FM is 1 kilohertz. In this question, one very important parameter, that is amplitude sensitivity of amplitude modulator, it is given as 0.125. Since Ka is given, so if we have to calculate the mu, we will use the formula Ka mod of MT max. So the value of Ka is here 1 by 8. Value of mod of MT max, which is the maximum value of MT. So the maximum value of this sinusoidal waveform is nothing but AM, and the value of AM is 4. So it becomes mu equal to 0.5. Here also you can see that mu is less than 1. So clearly this is the case of under modulation AM waveform. Now in the second part we have to calculate the carrier power. So the carrier power represents the mean square value of carrier, and it comes out to be 10 square by 2 or 50 watt. So this is the carrier power. Now if only carrier is applied, and this is the antenna resistance which is given as 15 ohm. So what is the carrier power which is being dissipated in this particular resistor? So we already know that the unit of CT was volt. So this will give you the Vrms square. So the total power dissipated becomes Vrms square by R, or you can write mean square value of CT by R. So this becomes 50 by 15, or this value you can calculate as 50 by 15, comes out to be 3.33 watt. So this is the carrier power or normalized carrier power, or the carrier power generated, and this represents the carrier power which is being dissipated in the antenna. So here the antenna is replaced by equivalent resistance, and we are also calculating the power dissipated accordingly. In the third part we need to calculate the total AM power. So we know that total AM power will be the normalized value of AM waveform, and it comes out to be PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. The value of PC is 50. It becomes 1 plus 0.5 square by 2, and it comes out to be 56.25 watt. So this is the normalized power, or power with respect to unity resistance, or we can say this is the power generated by the waveform. Now if I will apply this modulated signal as a supply to the antenna resistance, which is given as 15 ohm, so the power dissipated in this particular resistance will become mean square value of SAM square by TR. We know that SAMT will be something like AC plus MT, it will be some AC into 1 plus KMT cos omega CT. So here MT is also having the unit of volts, CT is also having the unit of volts, so this will be also having the unit of volts. So that is why I am dividing it by R, or it is representing some Vrms square by R format. So we have calculated the mean square value of this particular waveform. Now I need to calculate that how much resistance is given. So the resistance is 15 ohm. This is your 56.25 divided by 15, and it comes out to be 3.75 watt. So in this case the total AM power generated is 56.25 watt. This is normalized power, and this 56.25 watt is being dissipated in this resistor, or you can say that the antenna would require the radiation resistance of 3.75 watt. Now we have to calculate the sideband power here. So the normalized sideband power will become normalized AM power minus normalized carrier power. So it becomes 56.25 minus 50 or 6.25 watt. So this is the normalized sideband power. Now if you want to calculate the power dissipated in the antenna resistance with respect to sidebands, so you can simply divide it by 15. Since this is voltage format Vrms square, this is also some voltage format Vrms square, so this will also represent some Vrms square format. So that is why I am dividing it by R. If it would have been current form, then I would have been multiplying it by 15. So 6.25 divided by 15 comes out to be 0.416 watt. Now the next parameter which we have to calculate is modulation efficiency. Or before modulation efficiency, let me redistribute this power. So in this case, the sideband power comes out to be 6.25 watt. This power will be equally distributed between lower sideband and upper sideband, and it comes out to be 6.25 by 2, and you can write it as 3.125 watt. So this is the normalized power contained by the lower sideband and the upper sideband. Now next parameter which we need to calculate is modulation efficiency. We know that modulation efficiency is share of sideband power in total AM power, and both the powers are normalized. So total sideband power is 6.25, total AM power is 56.25, and if we have to calculate its percentage, then we will multiply it by 100%. So it comes out to be 11.11%. Next, it is asking about the frequency components present in AM signal. So we know that in AM signal, the frequency components present are FC and FC plus minus FM if message signal is single tone sinusoidal signal. So in this case, message signal is single tone sinusoidal signal, or it is having only frequency of FM. So we calculated FC as 2000 kilohertz. You can break it into two parts, FC plus FM and FC minus FM. So this can be written as 2000K plus 1K, and it can be written as 2000K minus 1K. So this will become 2001K, and this will become 1999 kilohertz. So these are the frequency components contained by the AM signal. Now lastly, we need to draw the spectrum. So before drawing the spectrum, let me recollect all the data. AC was 10 volt, AM was 4 volt, mu was 0.5, FC was 2000K, FC plus FM was 2001K, and FC minus FM was 1999K. So we know that the basic format in case of single tone sinusoidal signal was this was your spectrum. This spectrum will contain a carrier component, so impulse will be present at FC and minus FC. The area of this impulse is AC by 2. It will also be AC by 2. Along with it, one upper side frequency or upper side band and one lower side band is also present. This frequency becomes FC plus FM. This frequency becomes FC minus FM. This becomes minus FC plus FM, and this becomes minus FC minus FM. So here the area of all these impulses will same, that is AC mu by 4. So you need to calculate the value of AC mu by 4 it comes out to be 10 into 0.5 by 4, or you can write it as 1.25. So these values becomes 5 volt, and all these values becomes 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, here also 1.25, and this value becomes 5 volt. Now the value of FC is 2000k, so I'm writing kilohertz as here, and I'm writing here just the numbers. It becomes 2001, it becomes 1999, this is minus 2000, this is minus 1999, this is minus 2001. So in this manner you can draw the spectrum. This is your upper side frequency, this is carrier component, this is the lower side frequency. Now if you have to calculate the bandwidth, so this particular band will represent the bandwidth, and you can see that this band is 2001 minus 1999, or 2 kilohertz. Or you can apply the formula of the bandwidth, that is twice into maximum frequency component of message signal, and singleton sinusoidal signal case has maximum frequency as FM, or you can write it as 2 kilohertz. Now let us move on to the next particular question. So in this question, an amplitude modulated signal is given as this. We have to calculate all the parameters of AM signal. So first of all, let us write the given amplitude modulated signal. So the given amplitude modulated signal is 4 cos 2600 pi t plus 10 cos 3200 pi t plus 4 cos 3800 pi t. So let me write the given expression in proper format. It becomes 10 cos 3200 pi t plus 4 cos 3800 pi t plus 4 cos 2600 pi t. So let me compare the second form of general AM expression, which is AC cos 2 pi fct plus AC mu by 2 cos 2 pi fc plus fm into t plus AC mu by 2 cos 2 pi fc minus fm into t. So clearly you can see here that there is one frequency 3200 pi t, another one is 3800 pi t, another one is 2600 pi t. So this 3000 pi t is greater than 3200 pi t, and this 2600 pi t is less than 3200 pi t. Then clearly it will be representing your carrier frequency. This will be representing fc plus fm, and this will represent your fc minus fm. So upon comparison, you get value of AC as 10 volt and value of AC mu by 2 as 4 volt. After that we will compare the frequencies. So you will compare, you will get 2 pi fc equal to 3200 pi t, or value of fc comes out to be 1.6 kilohertz. Here 2 pi fc plus fm comes out to be 3800 pi, or fc plus fm can be written as 1900, or fm can be calculated as 0.3 kilohertz. So we have calculated AC, FM, and also mu can be calculated from here. Mu will become 4 into 2 by AC, it will become 8 by 10, or you can write it as 0.8. So upon comparison we have calculated all the values. Mu comes out to be 0.8, AC was 10 volt, carrier frequency was 1.6 kilohertz, message signal frequency was 0.3 kilohertz. So these are the points which we have calculated from the given expression of the amplitude modulated signal. So first of all, we need to calculate the carrier power, which is nothing but the normalized value of carrier signal, and it comes out to be AC square by 2, or 50 watt. Second parameter, you can calculate total AM power, and it represents the mean square value of total AM power or the normalized power of AM or power generated by AM waveform. So it can be written as PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. Value of PC is 50, 1 plus mu is 0.8 whole square by 2, and upon calculation you can get PM as 66 watt. So how to calculate the sideband power? So sideband power will become total AM power minus carrier power, or it becomes 66 minus 50 or 16 watt. You can redistribute this power in upper sideband and lower sideband. Both will have equal powers, so it will become 16 by 2 or 8 watt. Now if you have to calculate the modulation efficiency, so the modulation efficiency will become share of sideband power in total AM power. So the sideband power was 16, total AM power was 66. If you have to calculate its percentage, then you need to multiply it by 100% and it comes out to be 24.24%. Same calculation you can do by using the formula. Since it is the case of single tone sinusoidal signal, so you can directly use the formula mu square upon 2 plus mu square into 100%. Value of mu in this case is 0.8 square. It becomes 2 plus 0.8 square into 100%. So it comes out to be 24.24% again. Next parameter is frequency components. So to calculate the frequency component, we know that the frequency components present in amplitude modulated signal is FC, FC plus minus FM. FC here comes out to be 1.6 kilohertz. Here you have to calculate FC plus FM and FC minus FM. FC plus FM becomes 1.6K plus 0.3K or 1.9K. FC minus FM becomes 1.6K minus 0.3K or 1.3K. So these are the parameters which you need to calculate. This is your upper side frequency and this is known as your lower side frequency. Now if we plot the spectrum, so the spectrum will look like, it will have two impulses at carrier frequencies FC and minus FC. Now it will have upper sideband as FC plus FM and lower sideband as FC minus FM, and obviously their negative counterparts also. So it becomes minus FC plus FM, minus FC minus FM. This is the spectrum of AM signal. The area of these impulses will become AC by 2 and the area of these sidebands will become AC mu by 4. So you can calculate AC by 2 as 5 volt. AC mu by 4 will become 10 into 0.8 by 4 or 2 volts. Here if it is in kilohertz, so this point becomes 1.6, this is 1.9, this is 1.3, this is minus 1.6, minus 1.3, and this is minus 1.9. So you can draw the spectrum in this case also. Now let's move on to the next question. In the next question, the expression of output of an AM modulator is given. Also the amplitude sensitivity is given. You need to calculate mu, CT and MT. So first of all, let us write the expression which is present at the output of the AM modulator. So it is 20 cos 2000 pi t plus 5 cos 1800 pi t plus 5 cos 2200 pi t. So you can very well see here that one frequency is 2000, another frequency is below 2000 and another frequency is above 2000. So clearly this will represent your carrier frequency. It will represent the frequency which is below carrier or lower side frequency. It will represent the frequency which is above carrier or upper side frequency. So to compare it with general expression, I can write AC cos 2 pi fct plus AC mu by 2 cos 2 pi fc minus fm into t plus AC mu by 2 cos 2 pi fc plus fm into t. So first of all, start comparing. Upon comparison, you will get AC as 20 volt and FC as 1000 Hertz. Here also, if you will compare, you will get AC mu by 2 as 5, or you can get the value of mu as 5 into 2 by 20, and the value of mu comes out to be 0.5. Now the value of 2 pi into Fc minus Fm is 1800 pi, this comparison. So from here Fc minus Fm becomes 900 and the value of Fm comes out to be 100 Hertz. So let us compile all the data that we calculated. AC comes out to be 20 volt, mu comes out to be 0.5, FC comes out to be 1000 Hertz, FM comes out to be 100 Hertz, and in the question Ka is given as 1 by 4 per volt. So first of all, we need to calculate mu. So we have already calculated the mu as 0.5. In the second part, he is asking about CT. So the general expression of CT is AC cos 2 pi FCT. Here the value of AC is 20, cos 2 pi, value of FC is 1000 Hertz, or you can write it as 20 cos 2000 pi t. Lastly, we have to calculate m of t. We know that in case of sinusoidal signal, message signal m of t can be written as am cos 2 pi fmt. So we know that value of mu is Ka mod of mt max whenever Ka is given. So in this particular question, the Ka is given, so we will use this formula for calculation of mu. Mu is 0.5, Ka is 1 by 4, and mod of mt max means the maximum value of this particular message signal, and it comes out to be am. So you can calculate am from here. Am will become 4 by 2 or 2 volt. So you can write it as 2 cos 2 pi. Fm we have already calculated as 100 Hertz. So it comes out to be 2 cos 200 pi t. So in this question, you should notice that you should use the formula mu is equal to Ka mod of mt max, because K is already given in the question. Now let's move on to the next question. So in the next question, a message signal is given. Now the message signal has shape as shown in the figure. So this have some step variations. Now message signal is first integrated. So after the integration, I am assuming it as x of t. Then it is passed through AM modulator. Also the amplitude sensitivity is given as 1 by 20. We are asking about the calculation of modulation index. So first of all, we should notice that this SAMT can be written as AC into 1 plus Ka. Now the effective message signal which this AM modulator will see is nothing but x of t. So I can write it as Ka x of t cos omega ct. We know that value of mu is nothing but maximum value of mod of xt max, or you can write it as Ka mod of xt max. So in this question we have to calculate mu. K is already given. We just need to calculate the maximum value of mod of xt. So first of all, I will write the value of Ka, which is given as 20. So it becomes mod of xt max by 20. Now let us see the relation between x of t and m of t. You can see that x of t is nothing but the integration of m of t from minus infinity to any particular point t, or we can say that it is representing area of mt up to any time t. So the message signal is given as this is your message signal. This point is 0, this is 2, this point is 8, 10, this is 2 and this is minus 2. Now what you can do in this case is either you can integrate the given signal or you can follow the method, because you have to calculate maximum value of mod of xt. And what is xt representing? Xt is representing area of mt at up to any time t. So what I can do, I can make a table. So this is the message signal which is given in the question. So the message signal is having value as minus 2, 2, this is 0, 2, 8, 10. So I will make a table in which I will calculate the area of mt up to different points. So first column is up to. After that I will calculate the area, and then I will calculate the modulus of the area. So this up to we will see in this m of t. Now this area will represent the area of mt up to the given time, and finally we will calculate the modulus of x of t. So initially I am observing the breakpoints here. So the first breakpoint you can see that it is present at 2. So if I have to calculate area up to t is equal to 2, so you can see that area up to t is equal to 2 is nothing but a1, and this area is 2 into 2, or you can write it as 4. So I'm denoting this area as a1. Now if I have to calculate area up to t is equal to 8, so we have to calculate areas up to breakpoint only. So the first breakpoint, or the first point where step changes, is 2, and the next point where step change taking place is at 8. So this area I'm denoting as a2. Now look here that you have to calculate the area up to this point. From where? From minus infinity. So when you will travel from minus infinity to this point, so both these areas are being added. So this will become a1 plus a2. You know that a1 you have already calculated as 4. The area of this particular section will become, this is 6, this height is 2, so this becomes minus 12. Now value of a2 will become minus 12. We know that area is a vector quantity, so we have to write it with sign. So this area a2 becomes minus 12 because it is below the time axis. So 4 minus 12 becomes minus 8. Similarly at t is equal to 10, because the next breakpoint is at 10, or the next point where slope changes is 10. So this is a3. Now the area of a3 is again plus 4. This a1 is also plus 4. So in this case what you have to do, you have to calculate the area up to t is equal to 10. From where? From minus infinity to 10. So when you will move from minus infinity to 10, then obviously all these three areas gets added, and it can be written as 4 minus 12 plus 4, and it comes out to be minus 4. So you have calculated the value of xt, which is representing the area from minus infinity up to a specific points, and those specific points can be obtained from the breakpoints, or the point where the step is changing. So let me explain again. We were able to calculate this mod of xt. So to calculate this mod of xt, we needed xt, and what this xt is representing, it is representing area of empty up to any point t. So this t point we will always take where the step change take place. So at this point we can say that if I am choosing t is equal to 2, then I have to calculate area up to 2. If I have choose t is equal to 8, then we have to calculate total area up to this time 8. Now finally, if I have chosen this time t is equal to 10, then we need to calculate total area from minus infinity to 10. Now let us take mod of each particular value. Mod of 4 will become 4, mod of minus 8 will become 8, mod of minus 4 will become 4. So what is the maximum value of modulus? Maximum value of modulus comes out to be 8. Now you have already written that mu was mod of xt max by 20, or you can write it as 8 by 20, or it comes out to be 0.4. So in this case the value of mu comes out to be 0.4, and this value is less than 1. So it is also the case of under modulation. So thank you so much.
So if you have liked today's lecture and you want to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, the very first thing that you should understand that you should use this particular code. What is the code? The code is VishalGate. Write my name and attach gate to it. So by using this particular code, you will be getting all the advantages of the Unacademy Plus. All the added advantages will be directly assigned to you. Secondly, you will directly come to under my guidance, and that will surely help you to crack the examination in the least possible time, and you will also get the guidance of the complete team. Okay, and the most important thing is that you will immediately get the 10% discount on that. So immediately you are enabled to get 10% discount once you use this coupon code. So for example, if you talk about the plus subscription, which is costing you 25,000 for 1 year, and if you use this coupon code VishalGate, immediately you are going to get 10% discount, which is 22,500. And if you talk about the iconic, for the iconic subscription of the 12 month, this will cost you around 40,400. So these are the cost of the 12 months. And if you want to talk about the 2-year subscription, cost of the plus, it is your 27,000 after discount. If you want more discount than 10%, and you have already attended the special classes, then you will be having some credits in your account. Do not forget to use those credits so that you can get more discount than 10%. Now how can you pay these amounts? So there is one good news for you, that you can pay this amount by using credit cards and debit cards by using the facility of the zero cost EMI. So if you want to pay this particular amount of 22,500 with the help of zero cost EMI, so the zero cost EMI can be availed by using credit cards and debit cards. Remember, you can use the credit card of any company, but the debit card is allowed for HDFC and the Bajaj Finserv. Apart from that, if you want to directly pay this much of amount, you think that this particular amount is the most affordable fees that can be provided to you for 1 year subscription, तो आप directly क्या कर सकते हैं? You can use this credit card, debit card, direct payment. You can also go for the EMI options, okay, and you can directly pay this amount by using net banking. Every time you think of the Unacademy Plus subscription, the first thing that should come in your mind is this particular code. Do not forget to use this code once you take the subscription, because I have already told you that this particular coupon code is going to give you the lot of advantages, so you cannot miss the opportunity to use this code. So every student who want to come on to the Unacademy Plus, they want to take the advantages of the Unacademy Plus, they want to empower themselves in the best possible manner in this digital era, they want to be the part of this revolution, then this is the time for you. You do not have to wait for it. If you are in the first year, if you are in the second year, you are in the third year, the best possible time is right now to prepare for the examination, to dedicate yourself, to give yourself the opportunity so that you can get the success as early as possible. Apart from that, you should also join this GATE aspirant group. So this GATE aspirants group is already having 150k plus students, so you can join it. There are a lot of discussions going on between students. You can get the advantage of those discussions. Okay, you can also join this Creatrix channel, which is a Telegram channel. So everyone has to join this channel so that you can get all the PDFs of the lecture which is being assigned to you. Fine. There are various channels which you can go for it. So various channels in the association with Creatrix. So you can follow the channel of your interest. And this is it in today's lecture. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you so much.